Hi, everybody. My name is Nicole Amor, and I am a diamond coach on the Body Electric team. And this week, for our weekly webinar, I'm talking to you about the Platinum Edge conference that Abby and I attended at the end of September in Dallas, Texas. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get started. Sorry, gotta see if this works. Sorry. Okay, so hopefully you all can see this now. So this is just the title, the Platinum Edge Conference. So what exactly is the Platinum Edge Conference? For those of you that don't know, our upline is Christine Dwyer, and her husband put on this conference for all of their downline coaches every year, usually in Dallas, Texas. And so this year, Abby and I, like I said, had the opportunity to go. Some of the featured speakers that we saw that we heard while we were at the conference were I have them spelling there. Danielle Natoni, Megan Eggleston, Tulin Emery, Tracy Warren, Christy Andringa, Andrea Crowder, Tiffany Lee Bymaster, also known as Coach Glitter. Mari Smith was the featured speaker. She's the Facebook guru. And Jessica and Ray Higdon were both there as well, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. One of the quotes that I took away, I had a lot of quotes that I took away from this conference, but this was one that just struck home with me is, all you are is potential, and your potential is like a fire. So all you need to do is light that fire, and your potential is endless. To lead with your personal brand, which I think that Jenny has done an excellent job of teaching and training us, is to build your personal brand, be who you are. And Mari just focused on, if people know you and they like you, then they will trust you. So you have to build that within your community. She also suggested that you be a specialist and not a generalist. So figure out what you're good at and what people can come to you for. So if they're like wondering, I don't know, how to cook a healthy meal quick, and you are a specialist in that, then they will know in the back of their head that they should come to you for help. And then just make sure you're always educating your audience. Step number 2 is creating compelling content. Jenny always says, be thumb stopping, and that is exactly what Mari said to us while we were there. Facebook likes shares, so we need to be sharing content, not just liking, not just commenting, but also sharing content. So when we are creating Facebook posts, the thing that we should be trying to do is get a share off of that content. So that's why it needs to be compelling. Everybody that spoke, especially Mari and Coach Glitter, said we need to be doing live video. Facebook is pushing everything towards live video. Step 3 is to build your loyal community. Have a well-structured plan was her suggestion. So if you're going to go live every day, make sure your community knows you're going to go live. Try to go live at the same time every day, she recommended. I know that's not always, easy or capable for all of us to do, but that was her suggestion, was to just have a structured plan, know what you're doing, make sure your audience knows what they're doing, what you're doing, and build that loyal community. Number 4 was to increase your reach using the Mari method, which she didn't really go a whole lot into. Step 5, include effective conversion techniques, is just that content and connection. And then implement a work plan and a workflow. So make sure you know what you're doing and when you're doing it, and have just a structured plan set out for you so that you don't get lost in the Facebook world. I loved this quote that Mari gave us. She said, "Content is king, but engagement is queen, and the lady rules the house." After everything she taught us and that we went over while she was there, that statement just really hits home. Because while content is king, engagement is the queen. Engagement is what we're looking for, and engagement is what we want on our Facebook. Most of the speakers there, I would say, really focused on making sure you are being authentically you. Make sure you're being you. Don't copy and paste yourself from someone else. So I wanted to talk about and touch on just various things that various speakers taught us while we were there. So we always say, follow me, follow me, follow me. But really, who are we asking them to follow? Who are you? Have you figured out who you are and where you're trying to go in this business? So I have a little activity for you. What I want you to do is just take out a piece of paper and just choose 3 things about you. This is an activity that we did while we were at the conference. Just choose 3 things about you. Make sure they're very broad. Don't make them specific. For example, I chose mom and teacher and fun. Those are my categories that I chose about myself. So just to choose 3 things that describe you, about you. It can be anything. It doesn't matter. After you choose those 3 things, you need to know that there is more to that broad category. You are not just a mom. There is so much more to being a mom than just the word mom. So what you need to do is choose one of the 3 things about you and describe it with 3 more things, so that we are narrowing down topics within that broad category. And then you need to share that information. Take that information, make it content, turn it into content that will be thumb-stopping. Share it with the world, because there are so many people out there that can relate to you more so than probably what you think. Discover it, celebrate it, develop it. Own what is unique and different from others. Don't be afraid to put that information out there. People who need you will relate to you. There's someone desperately searching for you. We all have a story we don't want people to know. We have to dig deep for that story. That is how we relate to people. And then stop being someone else's version of you. Others people's opinion of you don't matter. You just need to be you, and the people that do need you and do relate to you will come to you. So discover who you are, celebrate who you are, and develop who you are. Another good way to figure out who you are or what you are about, other than just Beachbody, is to imagine you're a magazine. Imagine you are the cover of a magazine. I loved this. Coach Glitter gave us this example, and it just completely made sense to me. She said, pick out your favorite magazines. What are your favorite magazines? Look at the covers. They don't just have one topic on the cover. There are several different topics on the cover of those magazines. So picture yourself on the cover of magazines. On the cover of a magazine, what things are you? What are the titles of your magazine going to have on them? What are you about? Be more than just your Beachbody business and create your own magazine cover. Then take that information and share it with the world. One thing that I really think is important, and maybe we don't always do, that maybe we should do a little bit more, is just invest in your business, invest in our businesses. Sorry. While we were at this training, we had 3 or 4 other trainings that we could buy to participate in. And so I'm going to talk to you about the 2 that I purchased and am currently going through right now. The first one was by Coach Glitter, and it's called Lights, Camera, Branding, and it was all about becoming comfortable on live video and figuring out what to talk about. And the other training that I bought was Jessica Higdon's 10K social media recruiting formula, which is a very long training, so I'm still going through that one and the other one. But I think it's so important to take the time to stop and learn and continue to learn and invest in your business. So I'm going to give you some pointers so far from what I've learned about those 2 trainings. Lights, Camera, Branding training is all about live stream. What in the world do we live stream about, right? So Coach Glitter, this is the very first thing she has you do, is just take a few minutes and brain dump any words that come to mind. Brain dump anything you are thinking of, anything you're good at. Just take some time and just brain dump everything out of your brain. Sorry. And help clear your mind. And then she says, use Post-it. Well, you don't have to use Post-its. She recommended using Post-its. So write one topic on a Post-it and then stick them all over the wall. You could do it on a poster or a marker board or whatever, however you want to do it. It doesn't really matter. But after you've done your brain dump, look at those topics and pick the first 5 topics that jump out at you. Don't take time to sit and ponder on what you're going to do. Look at the topics and choose 5. After you choose those 5, commit. Choose one topic a day to talk about. That's our first challenge in the Lights, Camera, Branding, is to talk on live stream for, I think she said like 5 minutes. I haven't done it yet. 5 minutes for that one topic. Just get comfortable. The point is to get comfortable behind live streaming and not being scared to just talk to our people. So I challenge you to do that as well. Jessica Higdon's social media recruiting formula is another training that I invested in, and it is all about how to recruit on social media. She was a top person in the company that she worked for, which she no longer works for. Her and her husband have this business that they do now. So they're no longer in their MLM business. But she said, by pressing send, you can recruit at your own will. So we have to get past that fear of pressing send. And I can promise you that I was so afraid to send messages for like my first 7 months of being a Beachbody coach. It scared the poop out of me to just start a conversation with somebody because I was afraid of what they would think. But now after I did it for the first like 10 or 15, 20 times, it's nothing. So she's so right in that by pressing send, you can recruit at your own will. You never know what your potential is. So she talks about a few different things, and this one is active prospecting. So this would be sending a message to someone that we have as a Facebook friend, and she just said this is just a message you could send. She gave us tons of sample messages. So she says, hey, so-and-so, I have to apologize for not reaching out to you beforehand. You've been on my Facebook for, 4 years. And I've seen your stuff, but we've never actually connected. And one of my goals is to actually know more of my Facebook friends. You've got a great energy. What is it exactly that you do? I think that is a pretty simple way to reach out to somebody that you might be Facebook friends with, that you just met briefly, or maybe you went to high school together but have lost connection between then and now, just to get to know them. It's a very simple, straightforward message. It's not creepy at all. Sorry. Sometimes I feel like I've exhausted my friends list, which is not true, but sometimes I just feel that way. So she gave us some help to find new people that we could connect with. Her suggestion is to go to fan pages. Look for people commenting. So some of the fan pages she suggested are Tony Robbins, Law of Attraction, Women's Health Magazine, Jillian Michaels, any positive type pages that you can find that are going to kind of relate to you. Just go to those fan pages and then look for people who are commenting. Make sure that people that are commenting positive things. They don't argue with people. They appear like they're self-responsible. And then when you go to their profile, do they have a professional looking profile? Those are things that we should be looking for if we are trying to find new people. And then here is a message formula that she shared with us. So she says to say, hey, with their first name, and then have an enticing first sentence. Tell why you're messaging them. Make a connection point, show excitement, and then always, always, always end with a question, right? We always end our conversations with a question. So the example text that she gave us says, hey, Bob, I almost didn't reach out to you, but then I decided to anyway. I swear I'm not a random Facebook person with a spammy message. Ha ha. I've been noticing the comments you've made on the Tony Robbins page, and I checked out your profile. We definitely have the same mindset, like when you posted about work ethic. So I thought that we should connect. Great to chat with you. What exactly do you do for work? Pretty simple, right? And if, we can see when people look at our messages or don't look at our messages, and especially in this instance, it might not go to their inbox, it might go into their other box. So it might be a wise idea after a couple days just to shoot that person a message on their page or in a comment on something they've commented on, and just saying, hey, I sent you a message. Could you check your inbox? It's as simple as that. And then she gave us some closing questions. So she said, like the last one that I just gave you, what do you do for work? That's always a good question. Maybe in the next conversation, how long have you been doing it? And then moving on. Wow, you must really love it, huh? And then, have you ever considered doing something else? clearly we're building a connection with them. We don't just go straight into these questions. We are having a continual conversation and getting to know them, because that's what we do as Beachbody coaches. So then if they, maybe don't love their job or have considered doing something else, then you can reach out and just say, this may or may not be for you, but based on what you've shared with me, you might want to take a look at what I do, right? Her biggest piece of advice is to feel them out. If it's not the right time, you'll know, right? It's never a no. So make sure you have properly identified a problem that you can solve. That's what we do through our conversations, right? We are always trying to identify a problem that we can help solve. Kind of goes along with the very first quote that I had in this show. I can because I can. Because I can is a choice. Choices are personal. Potential is about choices. So therefore, your potential is personal. I don't know, I just really loved this one. It's so true. I mean, we can because we can, and because we can is a choice. We can either choose to do it or we can choose not to do it. And those choices that we make are personal, right? The reasons that we choose to do it or choose not to do it are personal. But our potential is all about those choices, which makes our potential personal. I don't know. I just loved it, guys. So here is our end, because, I don't know, we were silly and didn't take a lot of pictures together. So we got our t-shirts and we took a bathroom selfie, because that's what we do. So we want you to be here with us next year in, I don't think it's been decided yet where exactly it's going to be or when, but we want you there because it is a lot of fun. I guess my biggest piece of advice is, if you are a regular Summit goer and you've been to Summit, I love Summit. I think Summit is amazing. I would never discourage anyone from going to Summit, but if you had to choose between one or the other, I took away so much more information from the Platinum Edge than I did I do Summit. I think Summit is awesome to see the possibilities of where this business can take us. I think that Platinum Edge has so much more information for us for learning and really digging deep into our business. And Christine Dwyer just puts it all out there like it is. She puts on an awesome conference that is just jam-packed, full of amazing speakers and workouts. We had a great time doing Size and Country Heat and, I don't remember the other one, Insanity or something. But it was really a great time. So I would encourage all of you to try to attend that conference if you get the chance. It's just amazing. So I hope that you are all enjoying your Thursday evening. And if you have any questions or comments or anything, please feel free to reach out. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.